It's only you who is to blame, no one else. It's because of you that your cat is pushing away from you. And here's why. Something doesn't add up. When your cat suddenly ignores you, it feels simple. They're moody, independent, maybe just being a cat. You call their name, nothing. You reach out, they walk away. You sit beside them, they leave. Most people shrug it off. That's just how cats are. But if that were true, why were they different before? Why did they once follow you from room to room, sleep beside you, look at you like you mattered? Something about this change doesn't add up. Cats don't randomly switch off connection. They don't forget bonds overnight. And yet, here they are, acting like you're not even there. The truth is, this behavior isn't random, and it's not as simple as your cat changed. Something caused it. Something small. Something you probably didn't even notice. And once you see it, you won't be able to look at your cat the same way again. Hint of depth. Something about this distance doesn't fully make sense. Cats are not careless with connection. They don't give attention easily, and they don't take it back without reason. To them, every interaction is intentional. Every approach, every touch, every moment near you, it all means something. So when they start avoiding you, when they stop responding, when they choose distance over closeness, that's no longer just personality. That's communication. Most people miss this completely. They think ignoring means the cat doesn't care. But in reality, it often means the opposite. It means something changed in how your cat feels around you. Because here's the part almost no one understands. Your cat doesn't see you as a human the way you see yourself. In their mind, you are part of their world, part of their colony. And when something feels off inside that world, they don't confront it. They withdraw. They go quiet. They disappear emotionally before they ever leave physically. And if you understand what triggered that shift, you'll start seeing every ignored moment differently. Because it was never silence. It was a message you didn't know how to hear. Turning point. At some point, you start to notice it clearly. It's not just that your cat ignores you, it's when they do it. After you pick them up when they were resting, after you interrupt their sleep, after you reach for them without warning. At first, it feels harmless. You just wanted to show affection. That's how humans understand love. But to your cat, that moment felt completely different. Because when a cat is resting, they are at their most vulnerable. Their guard is down. Their body is relaxed. Their instincts are quiet. And when that moment is suddenly broken, lifted, touched, disturbed without choice, something shifts inside them. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, deeply. That place they chose because it felt safe doesn't feel the same anymore. Most people never connect this. They think, I was just being loving. But your cat didn't feel love in that moment. They felt uncertainty. And here's where everything changes. Your cat didn't start ignoring you for no reason. They started protecting themselves from something you didn't even realize you were doing. And once that feeling appears, they don't argue with it. They simply step back. And that distance you feel now, it didn't come from nowhere. It came from a moment that meant nothing to you, but meant everything to them. Development. Think about a familiar moment. You walk into the room, see your cat lying there, peaceful, and without thinking, you reach down and touch them. Most people see this as normal. Affection, attention, love. But your cat experiences something else first. Surprise. In the cat world, nothing important happens without signals. They read movement, scent, intention, and before contact ever happens. When two cats interact, they don't just touch. They pause. They observe. They ask without words. But when you skip that step, when you go straight into contact to your cat, it feels unpredictable. And unpredictability is unsafe. That's why sometimes your cat flinches, or walks away, or starts choosing places where you can't reach them, not because they stopped loving you, but because they stopped trusting the moment. And it goes deeper. Even the way you approach them matters. Fast movement, direct reaching, sudden presence, these are things predators do. And even though your cat knows you, their instincts still react first. So what you thought was connection slowly became something they needed to avoid. And here's the quiet truth behind it all. Your cat didn't leave you. They adjusted to you. And unless something changes, they'll keep choosing distance over uncertainty. But this is only the surface. Because what your cat feels when they pull away is even more important. Gradual deepening. Now think about another moment. Your cat used to sit near you, not always touching, but close enough, on the same couch, at the edge of your bed, in the same room, quietly existing with you. Most people don't even notice these moments. They seem small, passive, unimportant. But in the world of cats, this is one of the strongest forms of connection. Cats don't bond the way humans do. They don't need constant touch or attention. They bond through shared space. Just being near you, without pressure, without demand, is how they say, "I trust this environment with you in it." And this is where something subtle happens. When interactions become unpredictable, when touch feels forced, when their signals are missed, they don't just avoid your hands, they start avoiding your space. First, they sit a little farther away. Then, they choose a different chair. Then another room. Not out of rejection, but out of adjustment. Because your cat is always asking one silent question: can I fully relax here? And if the answer becomes uncertain, they won't wait to find out. They'll choose distance before discomfort, which means this isn't just about one moment anymore. It's about a pattern your cat has started to feel. And if that pattern continues and the distance doesn't stay small, it becomes the new normal. But there's something even more important hidden inside this behavior. Something most people only realize too late: sustaining interest. And here's the part most people don't notice until it's already too late. The distance doesn't happen all at once. It shows up in small changes. Your cat stops greeting you at the door. They don't respond to your voice the same way. They hesitate before coming closer, or don't come at all. Most owners think they're just growing up. They're just less affectionate now. But that's not what's happening. Cats don't randomly reduce connection. They recalculate it. They constantly observe you, your movements, your tone, your patterns. They learn what feels safe and what doesn't. And when something shifts even slightly, they adjust their behavior to match it. Sometimes it's your energy. Stress, tension, unpredictability, your cat feels it before you even realize it yourself. Sometimes it's repetition. Moments that felt harmless to you, happening again and again. And slowly, your cat builds a new understanding. Being close to you is no longer completely safe, not dangerous, just uncertain. And for a cat, uncertainty is enough. So they don't fight it, they don't try to fix it. They simply create space. And the hardest part? By the time you truly feel that distance, your cat has already been feeling it for a while. Which means what you're experiencing now isn't the beginning, it's the result. But there's one final realization, the one that changes everything about how you see this. Key moment. At some point, if you look closely enough, everything becomes clear. Your cat isn't ignoring you. They're responding to you, not to your intentions, not to your love, but to how that love feels from their side. Because here's the shift most people never make. To you, love is action, touching, holding, calling, reaching. But to your cat, love is safety, it's predictability, it's choice. It's the ability to exist near you without needing to defend themselves. And when that feeling disappears, even slightly, they don't question it, they trust it. So when your cat walks away, when they stop coming close, when they choose distance over you, it's not because they stopped caring. It's because something in them is saying, this no longer feels like the safest place. And that's the moment everything changes, because suddenly, it's not about fixing your cat. It's about understanding what you became in their world. Not a threat, but no longer a place of complete comfort. And once you see that, you stop asking, why are they ignoring me? You start asking something much deeper. What did they feel that I didn't notice? Ending. In the end, the truth is much simpler than it seemed. Your cat didn't suddenly change. They didn't become cold. They didn't stop loving you. They just stopped feeling the same safety they once did. And everything they did after that, the distance, the silence, the quiet ignoring, wasn't rejection. It was protection. Because in their world, connection only exists where it feels safe to stay. And here's the part that stays with you. Your cat never needed more attention. They never needed more affection. They only needed one thing, to feel that being near you was completely safe again, not forced, not sudden, not unpredictable, just safe. And when that feeling returns, slowly, quietly, you'll notice something just as subtle. They come back. Not because you called them, not because you tried harder, but because once again, they chose you.